new stuff coming out.
New stuff.
Apple laptop. Coming with the Retina screen.
You know, yeah.
The Flash technology.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I mean, well, Flash is pretty much here to stay. How does it go? It's out with the spinning hard drive. Nobody's playing with that anymore. It takes up too much power to do that. It's just trying to access the information on the spinning hard drive. The HDD is pretty slow. SSD is going to be a whole lot faster. It's more reliable.
SSD as a solid state drive.
Yes. It's so much quicker. I mean, you don't have the problem. I know with my PC, if I bump it or whatever, then it freezes up. I got a lot of people that's got PCs and if they bump it, especially the little.
That happened tonight.
Yes.
That happened tonight.
Oh, matter of fact, definitely.
It happened tonight.
But SSD is still much quicker. I love it. And it lends for a thinner laptop. You know, pretty soon that's what we're going to be using on our desktops. I mean, right now they're a little bit more expensive than, you know, well, they're cheaper now than they was a couple of years ago, like 5 years ago. I even say 4 years ago. But I say I'll give it about 6 years, and then that's what we're going to be using on the desktop. I mean, they're already using it on the desktop now to run it. So yeah, I mean, just widespread is going to be ridiculous on it.
I love the fact that from the research that I found, like they started using it in cameras first, and then they noticed that they just noticed a whole lot of stuff as far as, you know, taking pictures in different temperatures. You have a lot more range in that. But I also noticed that when you're dealing with a flash drive or flash technology, SSD, inside of laptops, not only do they boot up faster, they have a tremendous longer battery life. So you can kind of do more with your laptop with the SSD. Like you said, no moving parts, so you don't have that. You know, you can do more with it. You can move around, and there won't be any disruption. There was something else that I noticed. Boot time. It was something else. Yeah, like you said, think of the flash technology as, you know, like the flat memory cards. The what do you call them? The
SD cards.
The SD cards. They're flat.
Yeah,
flat. So they're like that. You know, they're just like that, flat.
They're pretty much just the same thing. The little SD cards, that's the same thing that's inside the computers. It's just a larger version on it. And then it's quicker with writing onto it and taking off of the SSD card. It's so much more faster. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So Apple is going to really take advantage of that technology and make their laptops even flatter.
Yes. I mean, their MacBook Pro right now with the Retina display is pretty thin. And you already see just the MacBook Air is super thin already. So the MacBook Pro is about to be following on the lines of that one. The MacBook Pro is about to.
I didn't realize how thin it was because
on this one it's pretty much instant on. So from when it's in a sleep mode, it's instant on. Now, mind you, and again too, why SSDs is just so much better using it. I can have my laptop in sleep mode for a day or 2 days. There's nothing in there that has to start up on the spin up. So
well, when I looked at the new iPad, I was kind of really shocked at the way it looked. It looks just clean. It was sharp. It was brilliant.
The HD screen on it is really nice.
It looked really nice. It was a difference. But now that they're going to put this on the laptops, the Mac Pro, I don't have Mac. I have one Mac, and that's my iMac, but I don't have the MacBook Pro.
Yes. Now they're only going to put the Retina display on the MacBook Pro. I can imagine later down the line they're going to put it on the Air and the MacBooks, and that's going to be standard. But now it's just going to be on the MacBook Pro, which of course is starting at $2,100. So not everybody's going to be able to play with that off the bat.
Yeah, and but in time it's going to be a standard, I believe, because it's really nice.
Definitely. But the MacBook Pro is really nice, and you can spec it all the way out to like a $5,000 computer, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like having a hard drive.
Processor.
It's like, are we going to even have hard drives in the future? I mean, not hard drives, but PCs, like personal computers.
You know, man, I do think they're going to be going away. I mean, there's no real reason right now to have all these big desktop computers unless you're really doing some power computing. Then of course, then you're going to go with something of that nature. And when you got like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terabytes and just super computer type stuff, then of course we're still going to have those. But just for everyday usage, man, it's not going to even be. You don't even need that. You don't even need that type of. We getting the power right now. My Air is just as powerful as some of the desktops right now. So you really don't even need all that at this time. I will say, if y'all don't know about it, what is it? USB 3.0. They have it on all the new Airs. You can get upgrade kits on your PCs. is just so much quicker. So you already know right now it's just a regular USB. That's 2.0 what we use.
But you know what? I'm really waiting on Apple to, like I said, I love the technology. I'm just kind of learning about the operating system.
Yeah.
I'm really loving it. I mean, like I find now that when I go on to my my regular laptop for PC, I'm trying to do things as if I'm still at the Mac or my laptop for my Mac. And I'm just kind of like really accustomed to Apple more. I think it's just more intuitive, XYZ. But I'm still waiting on Apple to kind of catch up with different things. Like, why do I need to have an adapter for different things like the number keypad? So I can't get a number keypad attached to the keyboard. I need that as a future accountant. I need that. I think that's useful when I do my homework, but I can't do that. So now I got to deal with the keys at the top. And why don't I have a Blu-ray player attached to my expensive device? So Apple, I believe that they should have a Blu-ray player. Now, however, I will tell you that from the research that I've done, the reason why they don't have a Blu-ray player, because right now Blu-ray technology is only a 1080p. That's the highest that it goes. But already they have monitors and screens already out on the market that go higher than that. They go in a higher resolution. So it would be a thing of the past. But why even include a DVD player on the device right now? So I'm kind of like, you know,
I don't want to say that that's the entire reason why Mac is not going with the Blu-ray. I mean, who's to say why they're not putting that on their computers? I mean, now you can download 1080p video from their Apple store and all that good stuff and still be able to use it. Now, I don't know why, again, they're not, you can't burn a Blu-ray disc and all of this other type of stuff. So that's something that's
I just think they need to come with like the standard. Like, for instance, like the iPad. It doesn't have like an SD port. Am I right or wrong?
It does not.
Now you have like a transformer. What is it? Transformer that's out right now. It's from Asus. They killing the game because, you know, they have the SD port. They have the HDMI port. They have they even have a little connect. I mean, check it out. It's called a transformer from Asus. I love the iPad.
Those are for different users. It seems like those other ones are for people that's trying to replace their notebook with the laptop. To me, an iPad is strictly I'm reading. I just use mine to read on the internet.
But you have that ability. You know, I mean, how hard?
I mean, don't get me wrong. They do have a camera connection kit that you can get with the iPad that clicks under it, that you can put an SD card on the inside of it.
That's too much going on when you can build it right there, and they have the technology. I mean, as good as they are, they could just go ahead and clear out the market if they would just make it more user-friendly for all of the stuff that we have, the pictures, the music, all of that. But they want to contain it in the Apple store and make money off of it, and that's brilliant too.
And it looks like Apple's trying to go with this cloud situation. So they're trying to throw everything up in the cloud and get away with SD type situations and get away from all that.
You're right.
And just like on the iPhone now, you can send it up to the cloud, then you can pull it off back on that. Now I don't use that.
I'm slow about it.
I mean, it's not even necessarily slow about it. It's going to take me a long time to get really comfortable in giving all of my personal information to Apple. And here, you hold on to all my music, you hold on to all my pictures and all that. I don't know if I want it right now.
I will say that in reference to the cloud, before cloud came out, there was something called DROPBOX. And I like DROPBOX. I use it with other students, and it's just like the cloud. It was just DROPBOX. And I like the fact that we can have a document inside of Dropbox and work on that document together, and it changes right away. So you can see real-time adjustments to all of your documents, and you can just store anything in that Dropbox that you want to. I love the fact that on Dropbox, if you make a change on the internet with Dropbox, if you have it already downloaded on your desktop at home or on your phone, it'll make that adjustment on all your devices at one time after you've done it.
Same with the cloud. That's what they're doing with the cloud.
So what happened was with the Dropbox, it allowed me to completely get away from thumb drives or SD cards. So
I agree.
I don't even use SD cards or thumb drives anymore at all.
And see, I can imagine why why Apple don't want to put all of that onto their iPads is because their iPads is because they want to gear it towards that.
So I guess I have to, give them some props on being intuitive like that.
I don't use the cloud. I use it to back up my contacts on my iPhone at the very least. But just pictures and all of that, I don't play with it. I mean, the internet's got to get a little bit faster than me. I mean, which we're moving at. We're at 4G, and LTE is coming out. Once LTE becomes a standard, which is basically like broadband speed for the cell phone.
that's
so
gonna be
you're
crazy.
pulling in like 8, 9, 6 megabytes, even 10, 15, that type of speed on your cell phone. So once it becomes to that, then I'll start playing with the cloud a little bit more, because then I can transfer my pictures. But right now, I'm just trying to transfer, 500 pictures from my iPhone. It's going to take all day over 3G.
Yeah.
So I don't play with it right now at this particular time. But of course, in the future, I can imagine it's all going to move towards that.
Okay. Well, okay. So users, that was our wrap up on the technology out right now. So I hope that you find this review very interesting, and I look forward to that i5. And hopefully they'll come with the bigger screen. I think that that's the biggest selling point for me right now, because I wanted that big screen. But I do appreciate that thumb feature that you spoke about. So I think it's gonna be kind of exciting to see what they do. So that's it for us.